Hi, this is Catty from The Catty Life, and I'm here with the amazing Shelagh Ryan. Shelagh runs a little cafe in London. You might have heard of it. It's called Lantana. Hi Shelagh.
Hello.
So I'm Australian, and Shelagh, you're Australian.
I grew up in Brisbane and then have moved to a couple of different places. I lived in Canberra for a couple of years and then lived in Melbourne for the last 8 years.
Wow, because the cafe scene in Melbourne is actually pretty big. I grew up in Brisbane also.
Oh, did you?
I spent some time in Perth, but mainly in Sydney. So is it from the Australian culture, do you think, that you've got the inspiration to create such a fantastic menu for Lantana?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's funny, English people come in here and say, oh, it's a really unusual menu, and I say, no, it's not. If you walked into any Australian cafe, you would think this is very typical of the type of food. So we felt that there was a gap here, and as you know from Sydney and Melbourne and other cities in Australia, that's your weekend. You go out somewhere for brunch and you have really interesting brunch meals. So it's very fusion cuisine, and it's never. I was determined not to put eggs Benedict on the menu because I think you can get that anywhere. So Australians are quite inventive about how they eat at breakfast time.
I was going to say, Sheila's just stole my line, because I was going to say something about being in Australia and every Saturday and Sunday waking up and looking forward to going out for brunch and having something different. Do you think that the culture is actually growing now? And I know there's a number of Australian cafes like Flat White, for example, but do you think just as a whole that English people are sort of picking up on the brunch culture here?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's definitely changing, and there's more places opening, and there's a lot of Australians opening places.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny, on a weekend, I would say 90% of our clientele are Australians. Yeah. So it's difficult for me to say, oh yeah, no, the English are picking up on it, because I still see a lot of Australians coming to us.
Because we miss it.
Yeah, I hope the English, I mean, there's loads of great cafes now opening which are run by English people, so I don't think the Australians are the only ones who know how to do good brunch.
That's right. You know that I'm a food blogger, and you know there are a lot of food bloggers out there. I just wanted to find out from you, as a restaurant owner, what you think of food bloggers and the food blogging community in general. Do you think they retract from restaurants, or do you think they support restaurants?
It's a tricky one. I'm not sure, because before, I mean, I'm a blogger as well, so before I blogged, I didn't look at blogs for direction as to whether I should eat at a place, and I do now more to see what people have said about me. Always.
So say nice things.
Yeah. And I think it is quite a self-referential group. I don't know how many of the average punters go and read food blogs.
So it's possibly a lot of food bloggers reading food blogs.
I think it is a lot of, and that's interesting because it's obviously a like-minded community, but I don't know how big an impact food blogging has on outside the food blogging community. In my opinion, I have no idea.
That's fine, And Shelagh, where do you eat when you're not at Lantana?
Well, unfortunately, I do eat most of my meals at Lantana.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. My sort of ritual on a Sunday is to go to another cafe.
This is why they're closed on Sunday. I was going to ask her about this.
I have to get out there. So I love, there's a lot of places in East London which I really like. Tina We Salute You and Lila's, and I mean there's lots of places that I like eating at, and I'm just a big foodie, so I like doing the Sunday pub lunch. So
Sonia, we touched on the point that they close on Sunday because it's like the bane of my existence. I wake up every Sunday and all I want to eat is baked eggs, and Lantana's closed. And I wanted to ask you, how do the baked eggs taste so good? But do you know what? I was going to say, I actually found, I didn't find it, I was sent a recipe for baked eggs, and you being from Melbourne, it was actually from the Melbourne Age website. And it won't be as good as yours, but I'm going to try and make them on Christmas Day.
Oh, very good.
So I'll let you know how they go.
We've really, a lot of research has gone into our baked eggs.
Oh, really? Mine's going to be horrible.
I mean, our chef was very reluctant to do them just because they do take quite a long time, and she just felt that people aren't prepared to wait.
We wait. We wait,
So we've tried various ways of trying to speed it up, because, again, in Melbourne cafes you get them all the time. And, I wasn't a cafe owner in Melbourne, so I didn't know how they make it. But if I go back to Melbourne, I'm going to grill every cafe owner. How do you do them so quickly?
It's 15 minutes.
It's 15 minutes.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like if I wait, anyone else will wait.
And also because we don't pierce the egg. I know a lot of places hurry it up by piercing the eggs, whereas our chef is very particular about, no, the eggs must be whole. So.
I was going to say, it doesn't say to pierce any eggs in my recipe, so I'm going to see how that goes. Yes. I will let you know how that goes. So this is Shelagh again from Lantana Cafe, which is on Charlotte Place in Fitzrovia. Open Monday to Saturdays.
Yes.
Not Sundays. So if you're interested in going, and you won't regret it. Thanks, Shelagh.
Thanks, Kate.